What up, players? It's Warboss Tay up in this mug. Happy Saturday. Hope you're all doing well out there. Wanted to show you a video here on one of the most helpful resources, I think, to someone who's getting into the Kingdom Death core game, their Monster 1.5. It's vibrantlantern.com. You can see it at the top of the screen there. It is a website built for giving you step-by-step detailed instructions on how to build all of the Kingdom Death miniatures, or at least most of the ones that I've seen so far. It's also got at the bottom general advice, how to organize your Kingdom Death monster, the lore, which is great, and a bunch of different resources there. But let's take you through an example of something that I've used. Okay, up at the top left, you can see Prologue Survivors. I'm going to click on that, and you can see it takes you to a page where they show the finished miniatures and then a look at the sprues, and then a look at how to organize the pieces of each miniature. They are also labeled on the sprue itself, but it gives you really helpful, little captions at the bottom there to help you piece together what goes where. Though that was pretty easy. Prologue Survivors are meant to be put together with a great ease, but let's take a look at the bottom right of this Game Survivor miniature assembly, the lantern armor, which looks like it's going to probably be a bunch more pieces, because look how detailed these miniatures are, how much extra detail and things they've got on it. So, like I said, it gives you helpful captions there. Final build, the lantern armor build is a fun, somewhat complicated build with the 2- and 3-part upper crest soldier boy armor. The second female for far right above is in my top 5 favorite miniatures. The second female, far right. Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's got that stand, that come at me bro stance, without actually having her leg up on something or doing the sword up in the air pose thing. And yeah, like I said, it takes you through the sprues, front and back. And then here is really cool. Sometimes they will label the different pieces and show you how they're grouped together, just because sometimes there are so many. And then it'll show you each piece and how they go together, where they're going to go. So you see the legs aren't at the top with the swords all just thrown in together in a pile. You can really see how they're supposed to be organized when you build them. It's really important when building any miniature that you organize your pieces so that you make sure you've got nothing missing, and that you can easily visualize how it's supposed to be when it's put together. And there you see the finished miniature. Takes you through all the different survivors for that, and should really, really help. Vibrant Lantern has been so great as a resource when I'm looking at the different sprues, and just it's overwhelming. When you open your Kingdom Death Monster Core 1.5 set, it's going to be overwhelming how many miniatures you're going to be building, and they're not all I don't think any of them are duplicates. You're not going to be building more than one of the same thing. A lot of them are going to be the same, or are going to be different. Sorry, I'm getting tripped over. A lot of them, they're all going to be different, and they've all got different heads. They're not going to look like the Prologue Survivors. You got different heads to choose from. Different, you can choose to add the armor or not. But let me take you to the White Lion here, going into the monsters section. So the miniatures for the survivors are pretty predictable. They're humans, so they've got 2 arms, 2 legs. Basically where everything goes: the torso, the head, and the weapons. But when you get into the monsters, then things get a little bit trickier. You're going to need to plan out a little bit more how you're going to put your pieces together. And Vibrant Lantern has been adding to, I think, and editing and changing and updating their website here, so that you can really get the most updated and the most efficient way of building something. Here we've got the Screaming Antelope, which is one of my upcoming builds that I'm going to be looking at, and it is just so awesome. And the tips are really, really great for posing and keeping the model stable while the glue dries and everything. So this is a resource that if you're going to be getting into Kingdom Death and you've got all of these miniatures, you're going to be looking at the sprues thinking, oh my gosh, it's overwhelming. There's no directions in the box. It doesn't come with fold-out directions with pictures and step-by-step instructions. So this is your instruction guide right here. This is the best one. Kingdom Death has on their website a couple of builds for example, the survivors, the Prologue Survivors, and I think the first two monsters, the Screaming Antelope and the White Lion. But if you really, really want the most detailed, the most in-depth, the best resource out there right now, unless there are others that I haven't seen yet, this is it, vibrantlantern.com. So check it out if you've got the Kingdom Death box. If you're interested in getting the Kingdom Death box and you want to kind of see how difficult these miniatures are going to be to build, or just to kind of torture yourself into thinking, man, what's in this box and what can I really get? The Phoenix here is this giant monstrosity. It is so large. I was looking at the scale for this miniature, and I don't even know if it should be classed as a miniature. It's so huge and impressive, and when you have this thing built up and painted up, it's gonna look fantastic. So this is one that I'm really, really looking forward to getting into by the end of this commission here. But I mean, look at this. There are 2 entries for this thing because it's so crazy. What the heck? What the heck is up with that face? The face and the mouth. Oh man. Oh man, nightmares for days. So that's like one half, and then the other half of the Phoenix build is the hands, because this thing has so many hands coming out of it, and they're all labeled like funky. So, like I said, if you're really interested in getting this game, or if you have this game, you just purchased it and you're thinking like, wow, this is a little overwhelming. I know Daniel Sprinkle sprang for the game, and he's got the set, and I think he mentioned in one of the comments he was a little intimidated about all of the different things he'd have to build. So for the game, you've got the survivors and the core game monster miniatures right there, boom and boom. Then you've got expansions. So if you are supporting Kingdom Death on Kickstarter and you've got any number of the expansions, you can check out the monsters there. So really weird, creepy things. And if you have any of the different expansion survivors, the Kickstarter survivors, and I think here they've got some pinups too. Not all of the pinups, but it's great. This website is such a huge website to dig into and to really, I guess, immerse yourself in the beauty of the sculpts of these miniatures. It is just fantastic. So I can't say enough good things about this website. I wish I could really show you everything there is to see about it. It's just beautiful. The different angles they've got for the miniatures, and like I said, they've got all those other resources there at the bottom. But I mean, you're gonna need some kind of help guide, because some of these miniatures are really, really interesting, and they're built the way they're built is really interesting because they look so crazy and different, and just not like your standard miniatures. The whole concept of Kingdom Death is that you're building and you're playing this kind of horror game, survival horror game, and so like a lot of the themes, which you've seen if you've looked at any Kingdom Death miniature, there are very weird, strange, grotesque, horrific looking images that are meant to kind of really provoke you as a person, as looking at it. You're meant to look at it and think like, wow, that's strange. It's not just a space guy in space armor with a space gun running forward. It's lots of weird hands and faces and strange body parts coming out of different strange orifices, and lots of weird imagery. But I love it. I think it's terrific. This game is the imagination from the creators, and just visualizing some of these weird looking concepts is just, oh man, what a joy to paint too. I'm just thinking about how much fun it's going to be to paint everything, and I am like, what the heck is this? I am really, really looking forward to working on everything in this commission. I'm so happy I have this commission, you guys. This is one of the coolest commissions that I've I don't want to say it's one of the coolest, but it's one that I'm really excited about just because it's different and it's got a lot of just really interesting things to look at. So I can't talk about this website enough. It's great, and just because I'm showing off different things, because like Kingdom Death is all about variety. And what the heck is this? It's a weird looking frog with tentacle thing, and ew. Like, how much fun is that going to be to paint, you know? What a awesome an awesome set This game is just so weird and crazy. Look at all the hands coming off of him. Oh man. Oh man, now I gotta take a shower. Ah, jeez. So, hey, we're already running over 10 minutes, so thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little look at vibrantlantern.com. I hope you check out the Kickstarter for Kingdom Death. They're always on Kickstarter, coming out with new expansions, and that's also where you can get the core game through their Kickstarter. I think you give them, you support them at one of those levels, and you can get the game, and plus also any expansions, depending on how much money you want to kick their way. But definitely support them. Don't go through any second or third party some shady people on eBay. Go through these guys, because then you can actually support the game, support the future of the company, and get more really cool, awesome miniatures. Thanks for watching. Leave me a question down below if you have any. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Laters, players!